Today we're going to talk about how to evaluate a prospect on the telephone and really quickly determine whether that person is even worth presenting to, is even worth talking to, and if they're worth your time, and if they're worth giving them the time of the day to help them with their insurance program. In case you're wondering, I have my PS5 here. I've been so busy selling policies that I haven't even had a chance to open it. Yoda's pissed. He wishes I was playing right now. But hey, it'll all pay off. So the video here will discuss, like I said, how to read the emotions and tonality of your client to understand if this is someone that you should even bother presenting to at this time. I promise there are some people that you shouldn't even talk to. You should call them another day. You only have a certain amount of the time in the day to give presentations, and you want to make sure that your buyer is at least open to having a conversation with you. Okay? Oh, hold on, technical difficulty there. Open to have a conversation with you. Now, reasons why you want to make sure you're talking to someone who's in a good enough mood to talk to you. Well, one, you're going to have a much harder time selling someone who's not in a bad mood, or who's not in a good mood. Perfect example, selling is about persuading, right? And showing someone how we can solve a problem that they have. Now, if they're so mad they don't think they have a problem, right? That's one thing. Ever try to argue with a spouse, significant other, and they're like, nothing's wrong with me, it's with you, okay? So that's one example. Also, too, people who are angry aren't open to other people's versions of reality. So someone's version of reality is this person's a jerk. And if you suggest that that person isn't, right, then they get just kind of solidify on their idea that, yeah, that person's a jerk. So when someone's angry, they're not open to ideas, okay? So you gotta have someone who's open to ideas. Angry, grouchy, apathetic, grieving, stuff like that. Those are things you wanna watch. Apathetic means they don't care about anything. They're just, right? So the less serious someone is, the more likely they're able to make a decision, and the more likely they are to be influenced by you. Okay, so when someone's not serious about something, if they're in a good mood, enthusiastic, they're like, yeah, man, okay, let's do this. Sounds good, man, right? Rather than like, oh, I don't know, I gotta think about it, I gotta talk to this person, that person, like they're just not in a good mood. You gotta have someone who's open for a conversation with you. If they're not open for a conversation, at least talk to you, what makes you think they're gonna sit on the phone and do an application with you? They're not. If they won't talk to you about little things, they're not gonna talk to you about big things, okay? And also they'll ruin your vibe. Okay, so when you're on the phone, you gotta be positive, enthusiastic, energetic, excited, happy to be alive, what can I do to help you? Those types of things. Now, if the other person is grouchy, angry, and gets you in a bad mood, you'll spend 25 to 30 minutes on the phone with someone who won't buy a policy, who is gonna ruin your mood because their negativity is contagious, right? You may have made them a little happier, but they definitely made you a little more grouchy. And you're gonna bring that into the next conversation. So just don't waste the time, okay? People who are in a good mood are more likely to be reasonable also, like I said. And also to get a sale, you gotta get someone to trust you. To get someone to trust you, they have to like you. And how do you get them to like you? You gotta talk to them. They have to be in communication. So they have to be in communication with you. If they're angry, upset, mad, sad, and hostile, they're not gonna be open to talking with you about much of anything at all, which means they won't be able to build a relationship with you, which means they won't see you as someone that they can do business with, okay? So right from the beginning, you'll have a good idea of someone's emotional tone level, like how they're feeling. I'm telling you, not everyone's ready to buy today. Not everyone should be presented to. You only have so much time in the day, okay? Just because someone's not in the best state to be presented to right now doesn't mean they won't be tomorrow, okay? So a no can just mean, hey, not right now. I'm not going to talk to this person right now. I'll talk to him tomorrow. I'll get him another time, right? You got to realize that, because they have to be, like I said, open to have a conversation. All the sales I get and all the sales I hear people get, I listen to a lot of sales calls, like all the time. Everyone, they're in communication and the person's in a good mood and they're talking to them 90% of the time. You may have those grouchy people who buy. I promise they're not good clients, all right? Especially if they're about and they're angry. They're gonna like subconsciously associate you with a bad mood. It's not a good thing. So it's totally okay to move on. Okay, so what do you wanna look for in telltale signs early on to move on? Right in the greeting, you can tell kind of how someone's feeling. You ever walk up to someone and go to shake their hand, they're like, right, give you that like gross face? If you get that kind of feeling over the phone when you're talking to someone, then you kind of wanna, okay, now you wanna get get your guard up, kind of looking to see if this is the person I wanna talk to. So, grouchy one-word answers, like yup, nope, not really, great, yeah, like grunts, groans, grouchy one-word answers. Just be like, hey, move on. Just if they If they say it once and then you keep talking to them and they're all about the grouchy one-word answer stuff or bad emotion one-word answer, move on. Just say, hey, I'll call you some other time. Hang up, call the next person. Because they're going to ruin your vibe. And you got to be positive, enthusiastic on a sales call to increase your chances of a sale. So if the client's expressing a bad attitude, you can also ask them this. Hey, man, why are you in a bad mood? Did I do something to get you upset? Did I offend you in any way? Because you're really kind of being mean to me, right? Like you're being rude to me right now. Call them out. And if they're still, like, if they say something negative back to that, move on. Now you may pull them into a more positive situation. Hey man, I'm sorry, I'm just dealing with this. Now they're in communication with you, right? Now you get something to talk about and roll with. Boom, there's your in. You got to look for the in on the conversation. Indifference also to people having to deal with their funeral services. So early on in the first few minutes of the presentation, when you're building rapport, talking to them, hey, who's going to be paying for the, you said your son would be the one paying the bill for at the funeral home. What's his name? Yeah, he'll or like if they don't have a beneficiary, that's like a boom, red flag. Estate is my beneficiary. It's like, or someone that they just don't have one. I don't know. I don't really care. They'll figure it out. Like that person's not buying a policy. They have no reason to. If they buy one, there's a much higher chance of them canceling. I don't want a client who doesn't care about someone enough to pay for to take care of them when they're not here anymore. You know what I mean? It's like it's an ethics thing. Like why would I want to do business with someone who doesn't care enough about their family, friends, or loved ones to at least sweep up the mess for them when they die for like 50, 60 bucks a month, right? You don't want a client like that. Chances are no one else in their family, friends wants to talk to them. So these people who are miserable and have pushed everyone else in their life away, they're waiting to suck you in and then make you miserable too. I'm telling you, I read a lot about how the mind works, okay? The inner workings of the mind. There are people out there who are grouchy, angry, they take pleasure in like they get excited about making other people mad. They get excited about hurting other people overtly or covertly, like straight to their face or kind of like behind their back, right? They get excited about like wasting someone's time, and they get excited about making someone feel miserable. And if it's not conscious, there's some people who subconsciously do and they don't even realize. They're waiting to suck you into their spider web so they can just hit you with that black widow venom, ruin your day. They're like, yeah, I just wasted that guy's time, right? I'm telling you, there are people like that. Now, you don't want clients like that. And you don't want to get off the phone with someone like that. So learn to read people and you have my permission to fire a prospect that day. Not talking to you today, man. I'm riding this wave right now, and I ain't got time for you, okay? If a client's doing another activity that's clearly distracting them, call them back, right? This is another thing. Like if someone's got their grandkids over, grandkids are screaming and yelling, all this stuff's going on, like call them back. If they answered the phone when they were mega distracted and all this other stuff was going on, listen, they'll answer the phone when you call them and they're a little more available. Hey, and they'll appreciate that. Hey man, listen, you sound like you got a lot on your hands right now. When will you be available when your whole family isn't there going crazy, right? Hey, well, tomorrow I'll put the kids down for a nap at 2. Call me then. Right? Great. 2 p.m. Remember, I'm going to be calling you. If you don't answer, I'm going to call you a few times. So pick up. If there's something going on, you can just pick up and tell me. Okay? If you don't answer, I'm going to think something happened to you. All right? Also, if they're totally distracted by something, it's okay to like call them another time. You can try to push the sale, but they're not even focused, so they're going to buy something. The chances of buyer's remorse are way higher. Right? Them not understanding really what they bought. Family member comes home. Oh, what'd you get? Oh, you got a policy today. Oh, what is it? Oh, I don't know. Did you give me your social? Yeah. Oh, they ripped you off. They did it. Like, you want to produce a solid client that's going to stay on the books. You don't want to just like take a shot in the air and hey, hopefully I get someone that stays. No, people appreciate that. This is your business. Like, how do you want to represent your business, and what type of clients do you want representing your business? Right? Do you want a bunch of scumbags as clients, or do you want like good people who know and appreciate the service you provided them, right? Also, another thing, someone who clearly does not have the financial means to take on another expense, don't sell those people. I'm telling you, it's unethical and it does not do good. It will translate to other parts of your life if you start like just hitting people with these high bills that you know they can't do. I had a great conversation with someone today, realized they're financially unqualified for this. Hey man, I don't want to put you in another expense. Here's my number, if you end up getting more money, let me know. If someone's under 60, and they're not on Social Security, ask them how they're making ends meet. Like, hey, have you been able to hold the job down during the pandemic and everything? Oh no, man, it's been tough. How are you making ends meet? I'm sorry. You're like, how are you making ends meet then? Oh, I'm really not. Okay, cool. So then you jump right in. Hey, now, even if I solve all your problems, all the problems that would come up when you pass for $40 a month, is that something that you could like realistically handle? Because I don't want to overextend you, and I also don't want to waste your time right now if like your finances are super, super tight. They're like, dude, $40, I couldn't even do that. Okay, great. I'll call you in a couple months, maybe. I'll call you in a month, maybe the situation will have changed. That's for if they're under 60. If they're over 60, they're probably on Social Security, okay? So they have an income. If they're under 60, they may not have an income. So what to look for is signs that you have a great prospect, okay? Positive response to enthusiasm. Hey, Betty. Hello? Hey, Betty, it's Justin. How you doing today? I'm doing great, thank you, right? Like, you want to hit them with the, like they got to like know that you're excited to talk to them. When you get on the phone, that client's the most important person at that time. No one else matters. Like, they matter, their family matters, that's it. You cut every tunnel vision. Betty is my focus right now. Hey, Betty, how you doing today? Good, who's this? Oh, it's Justin with Senior Life Services. I'm reaching out because da-da-da-da-da, right? And if they have a positive response to that, that's a great person. You got a great prospect on your hands right there. Okay, I know like within a minute, I'm like, man, if this person has the money, they're buying a policy, right? I can just like taste it. I can feel it, and you'll hear it, and you'll learn as you go. But apply this stuff that I'm telling you here. I promise it helps. And also, someone who's family oriented. If someone's sitting there talking about their family all day, then when you get to building rapport and talking to them about their life and learning about them, the chances of them buying a policy are like a lot higher because they have a reason, right? They have a reason to get more coverage if they already have some, or make sure that what they have is really what they think they have because, hey, I want to make sure that these people are taken care of, or to get something if they don't have anything yet. Like mega pain points you can hit there during your presentation. All right, and also someone who talks about tangential topics, like someone who just sits there talking about random things, favorite recipe at Christmas, to bring to Christmas or the holidays, or what the grandkids do for sports, things like that. So the more they talk to you, the more they'll like you, and the more they like you, the more money that they'll spend with you, okay? And so if someone's receptive to like digging questions you ask to, that's a really good sign. So apply that stuff I taught there, and when you're going into your next session of dialing, or taking calls, don't be scared to fire a prospect for that day, right? Or that time. You can always call them another time. No does not mean no. No means not now. Learn that. Hey, not now, not now, not now, not now. Boom. I'm gonna do it. I like to look at it as, say like, I play video games, as you can tell. So like if I'm playing a game and there's like these like armored creatures that I have to attack, right? I'm like hiding in the woods and I got a bow and arrow. They're armored, and I'm waiting for one to walk by that has like a little slip in his armor, and I'm just trying to like weave my arrow right through that. You know, if someone got the full set of armor and they're like, that's like an angry, bad attitude person who's doesn't care about anybody, hates their family. Like they're like, yeah, I hate my kids. Like you shoot an arrow, they're like, hate my kids. Ooh, it bounces off, and then they're like, I'm a grouch. Ugh. Boom, the arrow bounces off, right? So if someone's nice, they're like, bring it on, man. Right, light me up. So it's kind of like a morbid way to look at it, but I think it's a somewhat of a comical example of that. Don't worry, I'm not really shooting my clients with bow and arrow, so I'm not going there for all of you crazy people, PCers out there. That was politically correctors. I'm not really always big on that stuff. So keep in mind, I love everybody. All right, I hope that helped you guys today, and I hope you can sell some policies out there, and I hope that this provides some tips on how for you to stay in a better mood while you're dialing, how you to have good quality conversations with people and create a base of good quality, solid clients that will pay every month, that will give you referrals, that you'll be happy to talk to, and that you will truly feel pain for when something happens to them. All right, thank you guys so much. I hope you liked the video.